moment he stepped through the towering gates of his new school, something felt deeply wrong. The grandiose architecture and meticulously manicured gardens weren't what unsettled him. It was the way people acted. Whispers filled the air, darting glances passed between groups of students, and a heavy tension seemed to weigh down on everything. He couldn't help but wonder, what kind of place had he just walked into? Why did it seem like everyone here knew something he didn't? The hallways were vast, with gleaming marble floors that reflected the light from crystal chandeliers. Every detail screamed luxury and excess, but he couldn't shake the unease gnawing at him. His fellow students didn't just walk, they moved with purpose, as though every step was calculated. Their eyes seemed to linger on him, sizing him up. Some looked amused, others disinterested, but the few who locked eyes with him carried an intensity that sent chills down his spine. Who were these people, and what did they want from him? His first day passed uneventfully, or so he thought. When he returned to his desk after lunch, he found a small folded note waiting for him. There was no name, no indication of who might have left it. Opening it, he read, "If you want to survive, come to the East Wing tonight." Alone, his instincts screamed at him to ignore it, yet as the hours dragged on, curiosity got the better of him. As the clock struck midnight, he found himself creeping toward the East Wing, his heart pounding with every step. What awaited him there, and why had he been summoned? The East Wing was eerily silent, the faint glow of moonlight casting long shadows across the halls. He found a group of students gathered in a dimly lit room, their faces obscured by masks. The air was thick with tension. "Welcome," one of them said, their voice calm but commanding. "You've been chosen. Do you know why?" He shook his head, his palms sweating. The leader continued, explaining that this school was far more than it appeared. Beneath its pristine facade lay a world of competition and power struggles. Survival here wasn't about academics, it was about dominance. He listened, stunned, as they spoke of secret battles, hidden abilities, and alliances that shaped the school's power dynamics. The group didn't give him a choice. If he wanted to survive, he had to awaken his hidden potential, a skill or ability unique to him. They handed him a cryptic manual and left him with a warning: discover your strength before it's too late. The days that followed were grueling. He trained in secret, poring over the manual and pushing his body and mind to their limits. Every failure left him frustrated, but he refused to give up. When his ability finally manifested, it was like a light had been switched on. He could anticipate movements before they happened, a gift that gave him a distinct edge. But every use left him drained. As though the power was consuming a part of him, his newfound ability was put to the test sooner than he expected. During a routine class, the teacher announced an impromptu duel. His opponent was one of the school's top fighters, someone who exuded confidence and skill. As the match began, it was clear he was outmatched. His opponent moved with precision, forcing him on the defensive. But just when it seemed hopeless, he tapped into his ability, predicting his opponent's moves and countering with precision. The crowd's reaction was electric. He had won, but the victory came at a cost. His energy was nearly depleted, and the attention he had drawn felt more dangerous than rewarding. Word of his victory spread quickly. Some admired him, while others saw him as a threat. Among those who noticed was a powerful faction within the school, a shadowy group rumored to control much of what happened behind the scenes. One evening he found another note on his desk. This time it wasn't an invitation but a warning. Avoid gravediggers. Stay in your place or you'll regret it. The threat was clear, but he couldn't back down. If he showed weakness now, he'd be swallowed whole by the school's brutal hierarchy. Just as he began to find his footing, the unthinkable happened. A trusted ally, one of the few people he thought he could rely on, turned on him. Their betrayal was swift and calculated, leaving him isolated and vulnerable. But the betrayal also ignited something within him. He realized that survival here wasn't just about power, it was about trust, strategy, and resilience. He vowed to expose the faction and bring them down, no matter the cost. As he dug deeper into the school's secrets, he uncovered a startling truth. This wasn't just a school. It was an experiment. The abilities, the battles, the hierarchy, all of it was part of a larger plan. The faction wasn't just seeking control of the school, they were pawns in a grander scheme, one that could have far-reaching consequences beyond the campus walls. The revelation left him reeling. How could he fight an enemy so deeply entrenched? And who could he turn to when everyone seemed to have their own agenda? In a daring move, he infiltrated the faction's headquarters, determined to uncover their ultimate plan. But as he reached the heart of their operation, he was confronted by their leader, a figure shrouded in mystery and power. The leader's voice was calm, almost amused. "You've come far," they said, their eyes gleaming with menace. "But you're too late. The game has already begun." Before he could react, a surge of energy erupted, engulfing the room in blinding light. The screen cuts to black, leaving his fate and the faction's true motives shrouded in mystery.